You know, there's something oddly comforting about a quiet evening. The television's turned down low, the house finally still, and you slip under the covers, ready for a good night's sleep. At this age, nothing beats the peace of mind that comes with rest. Nothing. But what if I told you that something as simple as your bedtime routine could silently be working against you? Just imagine this. A 71-year-old man, seemingly healthy, no major health issues, went to bed just like he did every other night, but that night was different. He never woke up. No struggle, no warning. It was as if sleep had claimed him, permanently. And while that might sound peaceful, what followed was heartbreak. Heartbreak for his family, because it didn't have to happen. What took him could have been prevented, just by changing a few bedtime habits. That's why this video is so important. If you're over 70, or even approaching it, your nighttime habits matter more than ever. And I'm not just talking about brushing your teeth or turning off the lights. I mean those small, easy-to-overlook routines that seem harmless, but could quietly be damaging your heart, your brain, or your overall health as you sleep. So, pull up a chair or get comfortable in your favorite recliner because we're about to have a heart-to-heart. In this video, we'll walk through 4 bedtime habits that are especially risky after the age of 70. And don't worry, I'm not here to scare you. This is about awareness, about taking back control in the most gentle and doable ways. My goal is simple: to help you sleep better, safer, and wake up feeling truly alive every single morning. Let's start with something that sounds innocent, but can have a serious impact: eating too close to bedtime. Now, who doesn't enjoy a little late-night snack? Maybe it's a cookie with your tea, or a few crackers while watching your favorite show. It's comforting, right? It's part of the routine. But here's the thing. Our digestion slows down as we get older. When you eat late, especially within 2 hours of going to bed, your body doesn't have the same energy to break down food efficiently. Instead of resting, your stomach's forced to work overtime, and that can trigger all sorts of issues. Indigestion, heartburn, even a sudden spike in blood sugar levels. But it goes deeper than just discomfort. Studies have shown that late-night eating is linked to higher risks of stroke and heart issues in older adults. Why? Because lying down soon after eating can lead to acid reflux, and chronic reflux has been tied to irregular heart rhythms, something that often goes unnoticed during sleep. And don't forget the impact on your brain. Poor digestion at night can disrupt your sleep cycles, leaving you groggy, irritable, or even more forgetful the next day. If you're waking up tired, even after 8 hours in bed, your dinner habits might be to blame. So what can you do? Try to finish your meals at least 3 hours before bedtime. And if you must have something, keep it light. A small banana or a few almonds, not a sandwich or leftover lasagna. Your body and your heart will thank you for it. All right, let's talk about something you might not think of as a bedtime danger: falling asleep in front of the TV. Now, I get it. That warm glow from the screen, your favorite show humming in the background. It's cozy. It feels familiar, safe. But the truth is, sleeping with the television on can wreak havoc on your natural sleep rhythms. And after 70, that disruption doesn't just mean feeling tired the next day. It can mean confusion, memory lapses, and even increase your risk of depression. Why is that? It's all about light, specifically blue light. TV screens, tablets, and phones emit a type of light that signals your brain to stay alert. It tricks your body into thinking it's still daytime, even when it's pitch black outside. That messes with your melatonin levels, the hormone that helps you fall asleep and stay asleep. Worse still, for older adults, fragmented sleep is more dangerous than we used to believe. It raises your risk of nighttime falls, sudden blood pressure spikes, and even cognitive decline. If you're over 70, your brain and body need deep, uninterrupted sleep more than ever. Now, I know many people say, but I can't fall asleep without the TV on. And that's okay. It just means you might need to ease into a new habit. Try using a white noise machine or playing soft instrumental music instead. If silence feels uncomfortable, a fan, or even nature sounds, like ocean waves, can help. You drift off without the light and distraction of the screen. And if you're really attached to your bedtime show, watch it a little earlier, maybe during dinner, and then switch over to a calming routine like reading a physical book or listening to an audiobook before sleep. It's not about cutting out your comforts, but replacing them with healthier ones that still feel good. These small changes can make a huge difference. You might notice deeper sleep, clearer thinking in the morning, and less tossing and turning at night. And over time, these habits can actually protect your brain and heart for years to come. Now that we've talked about late-night eating and falling asleep with the TV on, it's time to take a look at another bedtime routine that often gets overlooked, but might be silently putting pressure on your body when it needs rest the most. Going to bed without winding down your mind. You see, just like your body, your mind needs time to slow down before it can rest. But many people over 70, without even realizing it, carry their thoughts and worries straight into bed. It could be something as simple as reviewing the day in your head, thinking about an upcoming appointment, or even just worrying about your health, your children, your future. These thoughts don't just vanish when your head hits the pillow. They linger, and that mental clutter, it keeps your brain on high alert when it should be gently slipping into deep, restorative sleep. Here's something most people don't know. Mental stress right before bed triggers your body's stress hormones, like cortisol. That means your heart rate stays slightly elevated, your blood vessels stay tighter, and your breathing becomes shallow. Your body thinks it needs to stay ready for something instead of relaxing. And over time, this can strain your heart, affect your memory, and even lead to nighttime blood pressure spikes, especially in older adults. But here's the good news. Calming your mind before bed doesn't require anything fancy. Just a few simple habits can help you fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. For example, try keeping a small journal by your bedside. Before you lie down, jot down a few thoughts or things that might be on your mind, just to get them out of your head. Think of it as telling your brain, you can rest now. I've written it all down. You might also try a short breathing routine. Just 3 or 4 slow, deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth can signal your nervous system to relax. It's like pressing a reset button for your brain. And if you're into a bit more structure, a simple bedtime prayer or quiet reflection can help center your thoughts and release any lingering tension from the day. This kind of winding down ritual becomes even more important with age, because when you're over 70, your body is more sensitive to sleep disruptions. Even small worries can lead to shallow, fragmented sleep, which in turn affects your energy, your balance, and even how sharp you feel the next morning. Now let's talk about something that might surprise you. Keeping your bedroom too warm at night. I know what you might be thinking, but I feel cold all the time. That's common with age. Our circulation changes and we often prefer cozy blankets and a warm room to help us fall asleep. But the truth is, sleeping in a room that's too warm, especially over 72 or 73 degrees, can actually interrupt your sleep cycle. Your body temperature naturally drops a little when you're asleep. That drop signals your brain to move into deeper stages of rest. But if your room is too warm, your body can't cool down the way it's supposed to. Instead, you may find yourself tossing and turning, waking up sweaty or uncomfortable, or needing to use the bathroom more often because your body is trying to regulate itself. For seniors, this is more than just a nuisance. Poor temperature regulation at night has been linked to higher risks of heart stress and poor cognitive function over time. Not to mention, waking up too often due to discomfort increases the risk of falls, especially if you're groggy and trying to make your way to the bathroom in the middle of the night. So what's the sweet spot? Most sleep experts recommend keeping the room between 65 and 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Yes, that might sound cool at first, but you can always layer with breathable cotton sheets and a cozy but lightweight blanket. Avoid heavy electric blankets or thick quilts that trap too much heat. Instead, try warming your bed before you get in, then turning off the heat source once you're settled. And if your feet tend to feel cold, try wearing light, soft socks to bed. Studies show that warm feet can help the rest of your body cool down properly, which actually helps you fall asleep faster. It's these small details, room temperature, soft lighting, even a quiet, tidy environment, that add up to restful, healing sleep. And after 70, quality sleep is more than just a luxury. It's one of your body's best tools for healing, memory preservation, and energy. As we age, the routines that used to work for us might not be enough anymore. The same habits that once felt harmless may now be quietly working against our health. But the beautiful part is, we can change them. We can build better habits one night at a time, simply by being more mindful of how we prepare for rest. You don't need to overhaul your whole life. You just need to start noticing when you eat, how you relax, what surrounds you when you sleep. Each one of these things either helps your body rest or makes it work harder while you think you're resting. And once you're aware of that, you can start making changes that will help you wake up feeling stronger, clearer, and more alive. So now that we've talked about what you eat, what you watch, how your mind winds down, and even how warm your room is, there's one last bedtime habit we still need to look at. It's something incredibly common among people over 70. And yet, it's also one of the most dangerous if left unchecked. Taking sleep medications without proper guidance. Now, let me be clear. This isn't about shaming anyone. In fact, millions of people over 70 are prescribed or turn to over-the-counter sleep aids just to get through the night. It's completely understandable. When your mind is racing, your body aches, or you're waking up 3 times a night, you might feel like you have to take something just to get a few hours of rest. And sometimes, when used carefully and under proper medical supervision, they can be helpful in the short term. But here's the thing most people don't realize. Many sleep medications, especially the ones people pick up at the drugstore without thinking twice, can have serious side effects, especially as we get older. What feels like a simple pill to knock you out for the night could actually be disrupting your natural sleep cycle, leaving you groggy, dizzy, and even increasing your risk of falls or confusion the next day. Medications also stay in your system longer when you're older, which means you're not fully awake, even when you think you are. You might find it harder to focus in the morning, harder to balance, harder to feel motivated or clear-headed. And over time, this can chip away at your confidence, your independence, and even your long-term brain health. There's also something known as the hangover effect. That's when the sleep aid might help you fall asleep, but the next day you feel slow, tired, or not quite yourself. For some older adults, that becomes the new normal, and they don't even realize it's the medication causing it. Now, I'm not saying all sleep medications are bad. In some cases, your doctor might recommend one for a short period to help you get back on track, especially during times of stress or illness. But what I am saying is this. If you've been taking any kind of sleep aid, especially for longer than a few weeks, it's absolutely worth having a real conversation with your doctor. There are natural alternatives that work with your body instead of against it. Things like magnesium supplements, melatonin in very small, well-timed doses, or even gentle herbal teas like chamomile or valerian root. But more importantly, creating the right bedtime routine, limiting heavy meals, turning off screens, calming your mind, keeping your room cool. Those are the habits that build sustainable, healthy sleep in the long run. And believe me, when you start sleeping more soundly, everything starts to shift. Your energy improves. Your memory feels sharper. You move with more confidence. You feel like yourself again. Let me share something with you. Not long ago, I spoke with a gentleman named Carl. He's 74. For years, he struggled with sleep. He'd wake up 3 or 4 times a night, always feeling restless, always reaching for a pill. Eventually, he felt like he couldn't get through a single night without it. But then, he started making just a few changes, cutting back on heavy dinners, switching off the news after 8 p.m., writing in a journal before bed, and slowly weaning off his sleep aid with his doctor's help. Now, he sleeps almost 7 hours a night, straight through, and he says, "I haven't felt this steady on my feet in years." That's the power of letting your body lead the way, not your habits. So if you've been struggling with sleep or just feel like you're not waking up as refreshed as you used to, I want you to know, it's not too late. Not even close. Your body wants to heal. It wants to rest. And with a few small changes, you can start giving it exactly what it needs. Let's take a moment to breathe that in. You are not powerless. You're not broken. You're simply at a stage in life where being more intentional pays off in huge ways. After all, we've all spent years caring for others, handling responsibilities, showing up every day. Now it's time to care for ourselves, with the same love, attention, and thoughtfulness we've given everyone else. So tonight, as you prepare for bed, try something different. Maybe turn off the TV a little earlier. Maybe sip a warm cup of tea and write down 3 things you're grateful for. Maybe open the window just a little to let in the cool air. These may seem like small things, but trust me, they are powerful. Because at the end of the day, the habits we bring to bed with us are the ones that shape how we wake up. They shape our strength, our clarity, our mood, and even how long we get to enjoy this beautiful life. You've made it this far, and that's worth celebrating. You're strong, resilient, and wiser than you've ever been. So let's give your body the rest it deserves. Not tomorrow, not next week, but starting tonight. If you found this helpful, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Have you tried any of these habits? Is there something you're struggling with at bedtime? Let's support each other and share what works. And if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We're building a little community here, a space where wisdom and experience matter, and where every new day is a chance to feel stronger, healthier, and more alive. Here's to sleeping well, waking up refreshed, and living your best life at any age.